Hi everybody, this is the baseball event, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, Hunter. Welcome back to the baseball hut, and hopefully like this video. I'm recording this video in the 5th inning of the Mets-Cubs game. The Mets are losing 6-1 in this game, and I don't expect them to win this game. I'm not normally so pessimistic as some other people are, but I am not too happy with what I'm seeing here. And they didn't get good starting pitching again. David Peterson was falling behind in the count. Again, major problems with this pitching staff, and the defense has been terrible again tonight. The outfield defense. The fact that and here's the thing, you know this team is in trouble when they've gotten zero production out of center field all year. Even with the trade of Mullins, they've gotten nothing out of center field, and the fact that they got to play Starlin Marte in left and Brandon Nimmo in center field. And it doesn't help that Juan Soto didn't catch a ball in the outfield in that first inning. But when your starting pitcher is falling behind in the count in the first inning, there are going to be issues. But that's no excuse for the bad play in that first inning. Right now, the shortstop, Dansby Swanson, just made an error on a ground ball, but I don't expect the Mets to win this game. If this video is going up, that means the Mets lost. I'll tell you, the baseball the last 5 games have not been great. The quality of play between the Mets and the Nationals, and now with this era with the Cubs, has not been great. And again, the pitching is a major problem. I've talked a lot about this in terms of the pitching coach. I'm tired of talking about it. And we can't sort of forget that the pitching coach is the most important coach on your team when it comes to Major League Baseball. But really, it comes down to, and I've talked about this a lot over the last few years, and really over the last few weeks, is this group. Now, they got up to a very good start in the first inning. The first 2 batters got on base. Lindor hit a home run in the first inning. Soto got a single, but there is something askew about this team in terms of the character of this team, in terms of the grit. I saw Pete gave up an at-bat in the 4th inning, which bothered me a lot. Took a strike down the middle from Soroka. It's interesting they took out Cade Horton very quickly. I guess they just want to limit his innings, because he is a young pitcher. But to see the lack of grit and the lack of sort of digging deep down to win a game and to play hard, that's been the problem here for many years. It's a ground ball. I scored a run on this ground ball, but the grit, there is no grit with this team. I was reading an interview. I read an article. It wasn't really an interview. I read an article from Jose Iglesias. He said that from what he knows, that there are certain people that are missed in that clubhouse. Jose Quintana, JD Martinez, and himself. Now, the thing is, Jose Iglesias is 35 years old. The Mets needed to get him out of here just based on the fact that he's an older player, and he's had a terrible year with the Padres offensively. And JD Martinez was pretty much done. We've seen that he hasn't played this year. I guess Quintana was with the Brewers. I don't know if he's pitching or he got hurt, but something happened with him. But anyway, there is a real lack of leadership in this clubhouse. I think that's been part of it. Juan Soto said something interesting a couple of weeks ago, saying that Starlin Marte was the leader of this team, because he said that all the players go to him with any kind of questions or any kind of problems, and he didn't even mention Lindor. This is Soto. He didn't mention Lindor. Now, the media has been pushing Lindor as the leader of this team for many years, and it's interesting to note, we sort of go back a little bit to 2022. The Mets were playing great, and their offense was great. And then Marte got hurt, because back then he was an everyday player. He got hurt late in August, and then he was hurt all of September. And the Mets sort of dragged themselves to the postseason. They won 101 games, but the feel of the team was not the same. And I think that he's sort of been the leader of this team, which I didn't think I knew at the time. But interestingly enough, that has been a problem here. A real lack of leadership. And like I said last year, leadership is not just about saying the right things. It's also producing on the field. It's the most important thing. You don't produce on the field, and there's really who are you going to follow? You know, if a guy goes about his business and gets big hits, you know, that's a leader. I mean, that's not a leader. What is that? That's just a high-priced player that puts up numbers, but not really. We got a fly ball off the wall by Pete. It's now 6-3. First and third. But again, this video is going up, the Mets are lost this game. We'll see what happens here. But there is a lack of leadership with this team. And to see the sloppiness from these veteran players, like Jeff McNeil making 2 errors on the same inning on throws, is just unfathomable. You know, it's a big word. Now Soroka's coming out of the game, Nimmo's coming up, but to see this sort of level of production that you're getting in terms of numbers from these players is good, okay? But there is a real lack of grit on this team, and a real lack of getting tougher when the game is on the line. And sometimes this team goes through these spurts. And I've chronicled it for many years now, since 2021, the hot and coldness of this group. It drives me nuts. I mean, in the first half of 2021, they were okay, but then they fell apart after, you know, DeGrom and Lindor got hurt, you know. And then 22, they would play great, and then September came. 23, they had the terrible month of June. Pete got hurt because that skunk Charlie Morton hit him in the hand. And they just weren't the same. And then they had to break the team up. They had to fire the manager. And then last year, they got off to a horrible start. And this team up and down all season. I mean, they were posting the numbers. I mean, up and down and up and down and up and down. But, you know, it's a very frustrating thing to watch. And what's different about, say, and they've been mentioned 2007 a lot, people online and people just in general. What was different about that is they were pretty consistent that year, and then they just sort of fell apart at the end. This team has been a melting. This has been a melting of this team. It's not been like a complete total collapse. This has been like a, you know, it's sort of like watching an ice sculpture, you know, and it's being hit by the sun little by little. It's melting, and all the water's draining out of the sculpture. And that's what, you know, we've had here. You know, they haven't played well on the road. They have 14 games under 500 coming into this game, with 6 games left on the road. That is a sign of a team that when you're down below 500 on the road, we got like a 3-run home run here, maybe. Let's just tie the game up. Hold on a second. So this is unbelievable. Brandon Nimmo just hit a 3-run home run to tie the game. Now the Mets now tied the game 6-6. This is you know, but this is the nature of this team. There's up and downs like a roller coaster. We'll see. I'm gonna have this video here. Hopefully, I'll get back to you, and this will be a longer video for you. And that's it. I'll come back later. This is the end. This is the top of the middle of the 5th inning. We're going to go to the bottom of the 5th inning with the Cubs up, and we'll see what happens. So keep it where it is, and of course I will have this video at the end of this game, and we'll go through this. This could be something really special tonight, or this could be a real downer. Could be a downer. All likely it's going to be a downer. And the beginning of this video was a downer. But again, leadership is not just about words. It's also about getting big hits and making big plays and doing what you got to do to win. You got to eat dirt sometimes to win, you know, to get these games in. You got to eat dirt, eat grass, do whatever the hell you got to do to get that fucking win. It's the most important thing. I'll be back in a little bit. So we're now in the 6th inning. The Mets have 1st and 2nd with 2 outs, and Francisco Lindor is up. We're going to see what happens here. This will be part of this video that I'm doing right now. We'll see what happens. The Mets have tied the game. They were losing 6-1 in this game. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. 1-2 on Francisco Lindor. Drew Pomeranz came in. And he walked the first batter that he pitched to, Francisco Alvarez. So here's the next pitch. 1-2 pitch. Let's see where this goes. I'd like to see him get a hit here. No. Held a swing. 2-2. Again, leadership is not just about saying the right things. Anybody can say the right things. You got to get hits when they count. We know Lindor did that last year. And also, we had a big hit in the 5th inning with Brandon Nimmo. This is the 2-2 pitch. Popped it up. Going foul. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Foul ball. You know, this has not been a great game by the Mets. It's been a very sloppy game, but they've tied the game up. So they've shown fight in this game. And the Cubs don't have anything really to play for, to be honest with you. They're going to go to the postseason next week. So they're all set. It's a matter of, where they're going to play. The Padres, I think they said. Here's the pitch. It's a hit. It's a single up the middle. Jeff McNeil will score. And the Mets take the lead. Look at that. Nice. Mets were down 6-1 in this game. Nice. First and second with Monsoto. Oh boy. This could be a big win. Like I said, this could either be a big win or a big letdown. Oh boy. That's a nice. Let's see what pitch that was on. Got it on his hands too. Fought it off. McNeil hustled for a double to start this rally they had. It's the pitch to Soto, ball 1. The Mets showing some fight tonight. I haven't seen this all year, especially on the road. My goodness. Mets are winning in this game. Unbelievable. Fouled it up. Boy, he had a pitch to hit there. And he knows it. What kind of pitch was that? Four-seamer. Oh, it looked like a slider. Four-seamer. Yeah. I hope that Keith Hernandez is okay. He hasn't been doing the broadcast. You got Todd Zeal. He does a good job. Zeal's pretty good. Here's the pitch to Soto. One pitch. Oh, another pitch to hit. Oh, my God. He's having good pitches. Then he just smelled his bat. Boy, oh, boy. That's a pitch to smoke. The Mets are winning now 7-6 in the 6th inning. I'll keep doing these videos and popping up so you'll see my reaction. You know, as I don't have the lights on, I just sort of turned it on to see the Mets take the lead in this game. See. Pitch, a foul ball. That wasn't as good as the other 2 swings that he had. Gregory Soto's up in the bullpen for the Mets. Again, the Mets did not get good starting pitching tonight from David Peterson. I think he's kind of gassed. He's gassed, to be honest with you folks. You know. But these are the Mets playoff games. They have to win this game. I would mention the Pirates lost to the Pirates beat the Reds tonight 4-2. Here's the pitch, the 1-2 pitch. Soto. Called third strike. That bullshit. Ugh. On a breaking ball. Well, I'll come back in a little bit. We'll see where we are in a little bit. So keep subscribing and keep watching, and I'll see you later. So here we are in the 8th inning. The Mets game is now tied 7-7. The Cubs tied in the bottom of the 6th inning. Brett Baty got on with a single. They got Acuna on at first. Starling Marte popped up a bunt. It's a terrible play. If you're gonna swing on the first pitch, you should just have him swing on the second pitch. It's weird what Mendy did there. I don't know if he was bunting on his own for the second pitch, but Jeff McNeil's up with a 1-2 pitch. See what happens in this inning. That ball's gonna holds up for. Ball was caught by Pete Crow Armstrong. Those are the first. Does not go into the stands. Cunha has to run in this spot. He has to run. Crow Armstrong's just trying to do too much there. The check swing. Yeah, can I ask a question? What kind of hitter is Jeff McNeil at this point in his career? Is he a power hitter? Is he a slap hitter? What the hell is it? We'll talk about that if the Mets don't win this wild card. That's one of the questions I'm going to have. Up next is Francisco Alvarez. Timeout. Alvarez. Yeah, so Sia Suzuki tied the game up in the 6th inning, and now it's 7-7. Like I said, doing this video, either this is going to be one of the best nights of the season, it's going to be one of the biggest letdowns. The Reds lost tonight, just to keep you up to date. But you know, if you're watching this video, 1-0 pitch. In the 4th inning, all the runs were scored. 4 runs in the 4th inning by the Reds. O'Neill Cruz hit a 2-run home run, and then they scored 2 more runs. And then here's the runner. He's going to steal second. He stole second. So Acuña's got his 14th steal of the season. Nice. So he's got a man in scoring position there with Acuña, and he can score in first on an easy single. He does everything elite. He just doesn't have any, like, slug. You know, he doesn't hit any doubles or triples. But, boy, he does everything else well. He's a good weapon to have on your bench, but he doesn't. His versatility is limited at some point. There's a 2-0 pitch to Alvarez. I tell you, the umpiring in this behind the plate's been a little shaky. Especially in the 6th inning for Rogers. 2-1 pitch. Of course, please like this video. Is the pitch. Ball 3. Hey, that could have been a strike. If you didn't hear that they're going to bring in the robot umpires next year, it's basically just a replay with the box around it, you know, like we see on TV. And that I guess there'll be challenges. We'll see. We'll know more about it next year. Here's the fly ball ball's going. It's out of here. Yeah. 2-run home run. Francisco Alvarez. Nice. Nice. That's the biggest hit of his life, Gary. Yes. Wow. Nice. Nice. We crushed that ball. See what kind of pitch that was. Had to be a fastball. Please, of course, like this video and leave comments in the comments section. This video will go up late. It's going to take a while for this video to edit because it's so slow with the phone. But of course, hit the subscribe button along the way. Wow. Boy, Mets need that as the biggest hit of this season right now. See what kind of pitch that was. Fastball. Went down and got that ball. The people forget that he's got tremendous power. Wow. Really crushed that ball. I hate when he stops. Just run, man. Don't just run. 2-run home run. Mets are winning now 9-7. Nice. Mets needed that. There's a pitch to Lindor. 0-2. Yeah, I mean, his bat was sorely messed. It's a big reason why this team struggled offensively early in the season. It's because he was nowhere to be found, including Vientos. But he's really swung the bat really well since he's come back from getting sent down to the minors. He's had so many injuries this year to his hands. Tremendous hit right here. Huge. And again, the Mets can get back in front of the wild card to get this win tonight because the Reds lost. Pop up to first base. Tracking it. And he caught it. 2 out, 3 outs. And then going to the bottom of the 8th. Back in a little bit. But the Mets are back in front. They won 1-0 in the first inning. Now it's 9-7 in the middle of the 8th. So back in a little bit. We're now in the 9th inning of this Mets game. This has been an unbelievable game. I thought this game was pretty much done. You know, as I started doing this video for you, they're down 6-1 in this game to the Cubs. The Mets tied the game up in the 5th inning. They got a 3-run home run by Brandon Nimmo, which was a huge hit. That might be the biggest hit of the season, quite frankly. Or one of the biggest hits of the season so far. And then they tied up the game 7-7. They went out in front in the 6th inning. You know, Francisco Lindor drove in a run. And then in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Cubs tied at 7-7. And then the Mets took the lead in the 8th inning on a 2-run home run by Francisco Alvarez. Now we're going to the top of the 9th inning. Mendoza brought in Edwin Diaz to start the 8th inning. He was dominant. We'll see if he can get it back up and running once he comes back out for the bottom of the 9th inning. But the Mets need to get some more runs here, get some tack-on runs, and secure this game. This will be probably, well, we'll see. We just got to get the win. Just got to get get through the ninth inning, and that's it. One pitch, one out, one inning. That's it. And then we'll see what happens over the next few minutes. This has been a fun game to watch. Really from the middle of the game going on. This was not good. This was not good to watch early on, quite frankly. If you've been watching, you know it's been really a rough situation. So we're now in the bottom of the top of the ninth inning. We'll see where we're at. There's been a whole bunch of moves in this game. They've had like 7 pitchers in this game. Let's have used 7 pitchers in this game. But really, the big inning is the 5th inning when the Mets scored 5 runs to tie the game up. And then obviously the 8th inning. Juan Soto's leading off. Swing and a miss against a guy named Wicks. Jordan Wicks. Another lefty. The Mets need to sort of get another run here. Give them a little more cushion in the 9th inning. They got a 2-run lead now at 9-7. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Soto. Ran that ball to first base. Bush takes it himself. Yeah, this video will probably go on late. I would mention people watched my video yesterday, and I was talking about how the Mets needed to hear my message. I don't want to have to hammer them. And I did really well. So people that watch, I appreciate you watching it. Believe me, really appreciate it. It's the first pitch to Pete, Polar Bear. I'd like to see him hit a home run here. Hit a big at bat in the 5th inning. Brought in the second run, I think? The 3rd run in the inning. The 2nd run in the inning and the 3rd run for the Mets in the game. Is a 0-1 pitch to Pete. Swing and a miss. Now, please, of course, like this video. Hit the subscribe button. It'll be interesting to see how Diaz comes back out for the 9th inning. He's got his slider working tonight. Nasty as hell. In that 8th inning. It was the 0-2 pitch to Pete. Here we go. Swung on and missed. Change up. Next up is Brandon Nimmo. Had the first big hit in this game, and one of the big hits of the season so far. Hopefully they win the game. People will remember that swing for a long time. Mets are in a playoff situation now. They got to do whatever they got to do. Do whatever the fuck you got to do to win this game. I said, I don't normally curse, but sometimes you got to curse in this situation. Here's the pitch to Nimmo. Lefty on lefty. Swung on, fouled back. 0-1. Brandon Nimmo's got 91 RBIs. 25 home runs. Who would have thunk that? He first came in the major leagues. All career highs. We mentioned Jonah Tong's pitching tomorrow night. We'll see how well he pitches his next time. From having a good outing the last time. Lot of pressure on him tomorrow. And then the Cowboy goes on Wednesday. It's Nolan McLean. Would mention again, the Reds lost tonight, so the Mets win tonight. They get the lead back in the wild card. I know the Diamondbacks are losing right now. Currently, as I'm doing this video, it's now 2-1 pitch, 2-1 count. Now, of course, like this video and hit the subscribe button. People love watching these reaction videos. Let's see. 2-1 pitch. Ball 3. Remember Brandon Nimmo was just a guy who got on base all the time? It's not that anymore. We'll have a lot. If the Mets don't win this thing, don't win the wild card, we'll have a lot to say about him. So, I have a lot to say about Jeff McNeil, a lot to say about Nimmo. What their futures are here. Here's the pitch. Fouled it back. It's now 3-2. Because I've had my own, sort of thoughts on Brandon, where he should be in the future. And I don't think it's in the outfield anymore. He blew up. He made a terrible play earlier. Didn't get to a ball that should have been caught. A good center fielder would have caught it. There's a 3-2 pitch. Check swing. Nah, you're not going to get him. Brandon's just too fast. Infield single from Brandon Nimmo. Get this run in. Get this run in. Most important thing here. Up next is Starling Marte. Yeah, he was never getting Brandon. Matt Show is not getting Brandon. Now, please, of course, like this video. Again, hate to repeat myself, but got to do that here. Oh, it's Mark Vientos is up. He's had a good game. He had a single row in the game. Swing and a miss. Let's got to figure out what they're going to do with him in this offseason. And who's going to play third long term. Oh, one pitch. Here's the pitch. Ball 1-1. I mean, they got to decide what they want to do with him no matter what. So it doesn't really matter what their plans are if they don't win. I don't know how drastic they're gonna do things if they don't win this thing. Especially with this enormous payroll. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to third base. Third out in the inning. So we're going to come back in a moment and we'll see what happens in the ninth inning. This might have the best one of the season. Be right back. All right, so here we are. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning. And Gary just said that the Mets, Edwin Diaz, is looking for his third 6-out save of the season. This is about as big of a save of the season we're going to get. And I would mention they win this game, they would win 81 games, and that would show they wouldn't have to lose the season, at the very least. They would be either a 500 team or be a winning team this year. But it doesn't matter if they don't go to postseason. But Edwin has pitched. He pitched really well in the sixth and the eighth inning. We'll see how he pitches here in the ninth. He still has that nasty slider going. Mets have a 2-run lead in this game, which is huge because it really puts a. Would have liked to see the Mets get another run in the ninth inning, the top of the ninth, but just got to do what you got to do, get these outs, and see you tomorrow. But this will be a big win for the Mets. Kelly's up. He's only gone 0 for 3 in the game. Diaz has thrown 12 pitches in this game. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1. Boy, umpire is just not giving that corner. He's not giving the inside corner to the right-handed batter. He squeezed Tyler Rogers early in the game. Or Taylor Rogers, what the hell his name is. His brother was in the game. They're twin brothers. That's weird. Twin brothers, and they both pitch from different sides of the mound. It's weird. But this 2-0 pitch to Kelly. Ball 3. Don't walk him. Don't walk the leadoff batter, please. Don't do that. Go pitch. So what happens when you sit and you get cool. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Why is it some pitchers can't throw a strike at the first pitch of a batter? They can only throw a strike on a 3-0 pitch. Gotta ask a professional pitcher. Is that a swing? Fouled it off. Foul ball. Wow. Fouled it off. Yeah, if he, Here's it go. Here we go. Oh, it hit the bat. Like a swing anyway. Weird. We got 3-2 pitch here to Kelly. Diaz gets this guy out. Don't walk the leadoff batter. Don't do that. Don't walk him, please. Yes, struck him out. Struck him out. That was a nasty slider right there. Nice. Struck him out. Wasn't even a ball. Wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. He was looking for a pitch and he was going to swing it no matter what it was. 1 out. Keep that in mind. 1 out in the game. Michael Bush is up. First pitch. Strike 1. Now, of course, please like this video and leave comments in the comments section. We've done this over the last 2 years, these videos where I just do my reaction. Strike 2. 0-2. One thing about Diaz is when he's feeling, he gets on that mound, he fires. No mulling around. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Fouled it off. Please, of course, like this video. I've done these videos in the last 2 years, last 2 seasons. My reactions to these games. Normally I don't do it early, in the middle of the game. As lucky as you could possibly get. I tied the game up while I was doing it. Again, we want to see the Mets win. We don't want to see the Mets lose and play poorly. We want to see them win. I don't want to have to, just rip them apart. Said that. Here's the pitch. Right down the middle. Took it. Strike 3. Called. 2 outs. 2 outs. Now, of course, I will post this link, I guess, into Facebook, because I'm on Facebook, and the Facebook account's doing great. Got 5,000 followers on there, and it's doing awesome. This is Dansby Swanson. I'll put the link in if I remember. Here's the pitch. Ball 1. Dansby Swanson actually had a key error in the 5th inning on a ground ball on a double play, and he blew it. And that really opened up the floodgates for the Mets in the 5th inning. This was not a well-played game, I could tell you. Strike 1, 1-1. Diaz has now thrown, 21 pitches in this game? 24 pitches in these 2 innings. 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. One more. Get this game. This will be a big victory for the Mets. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A bit outside. Hit the guy behind him. The guy in the stand. I didn't hit anybody behind the stands. Ball got away with him. Got away from him. It's now 2-2. Now, of course, again, like this video and hit the subscribe button. So the Mets are now winning 9-7 at the bottom of the 9th inning with a 2-2 pitch to Dansby Swanson. Diaz is ready to fire. Struck him out! Got him! Struck him out. The biggest win of the Mets season is tonight. Biggest win. That's right, Gary. The biggest win of the Mets season tonight. They won 9-7. They were down 6-1 in this game. And I guess everybody, including your host, had given up. The Mets didn't give up tonight. This is 2024 and then some come roaring back because this was a game they needed. The Reds lost tonight, so they got their lead back. They're now back in front of the third wild card. My goodness. But the Mets got this game in, and the Mets won 9-7. And the Met bullpen pitched great. And, he just totally blew away the Cubs in these 2 innings. Complete domination by Edwin Diaz. And the Mets needed this, and they got it tonight. And awesome. Awesome win tonight. Mets got 81 wins down the season with 5 games left to go. Remember, this is a team that came out of nowhere last year. To get the wild card. But got to get tomorrow now. This is not going to be... not going to cheer too much for too long. Brooks Riley got the win. That went Diaz got his 27th save. The 2 big hits in this game was a 3-run home run by Brandon Nimmo in the 5th inning, and that was usually tied the game up. And then a 2-run home run by Francisco Alvarez, the biggest hit of his life, like Gary said, and the biggest hit of the Mets season. I mean, this is the biggest game in the Mets year, and the 2 biggest hits of the season. And they needed it. They needed it to be done by a veteran player that's been here a long time. He's been here the longest. It's good to see that. And it's good to see the Mets' most talented hitter, who's a young player, get a big hit. It's huge for him. And it's huge for this ball club. And we'll be back tomorrow, seeing what the Mets do tomorrow. It's going to be tough. They're going against a tough Cubs team. I mean, Cubs are not, some pushover. This is a good team. But I want to thank you for coming by. This video is going to take a while to upload, unfortunately. But hopefully you'll be able to watch it and just see my reaction to what happened in this game. This game went from a big downer to the biggest one of the season. But that's baseball for you. I guess tomorrow's game will be on WPIX, I guess, channel 11, But thanks for watching. Hope you like this reaction video that I've done here for you. It's all for you and for me. It's therapy in a way. And fortunately, the Mets won this game. Big hits by Nimmo, big hit by Alvarez, and big pitching by the Met bullpen, and big pitching the last 2 innings by Edwin Diaz. So thanks for watching. Have a good night. We'll get them tomorrow, and I'll see you later.